So Borg goes number 1. Alex Starr from Perth, Australia goes number 2 to the Washington Wizards.
Alex Starr, by the way.
Did I say I think you're right. I think it is Starr. Yeah, my bad. Number 3, Reed Shepherd from Kentucky goes to the Houston Rockets. I don't know what the Rockets are thinking, taking a player anyone's ever heard of and goes to a U.S. college.
Well, it could be the fact that he shoots like 48% from three-point land or whatever it was he did last year.
San Antonio takes Stephon Castle, point guard from UConn, and the Pistons are on the clock. And just like the last time, the pick is Modest Bazelis. Modest Bazelis from G League Ignite, which I will warn you, if you go down the internet wormhole and start watching Modest Bazelis highlights, you might fall in love with him.
Really?
But it's a highlight reel tape.
Okay.
Highlight reel tapes are misleading. So I advise you to take it with a grain of salt and keep it in perspective. But the highlight reel tape is great.
He does have terrific size, Doug, at 6'10", and explosive ability.
You're reading paragraph 2?
I'm reading the last paragraph, which happens in paragraph 2. And he's shown promising signs of perimeter shooting and rim protection prowess over the past few years. The fact that he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be successful, but has significant upside to grow into with his developing frame could be attractive with this pick.
Yeah. Well,
whatever, dude. Wait. What are we supposed?
We're not supposed to do anything anymore because you really can't. Unless do you know how much effort it takes to scout NBA draft prospects now? Like if our show, okay, if this town right now was Piston insane, I would have scouting reports on anybody they could take, who they might trade back and still get. We're not Pistons crazy right now.
No.
But it is so much harder to be prepared for the NBA draft than it used to be. Because you got to go watch games streamed live from Australia, from France. How else are you going to see Borg?
Right. All three, yeah. I mean, the European leagues, absolutely. And I just go back to all the reports, and it's not because he was a bust. This is just going back to that era when Darko was being thought of as, hey, is this guy the number 2 pick? And everybody was like, yeah, he should be the number 2 pick. And everybody talking, raving about it. He's got a mean streak. He's got great size, great potential, knocks down 3-point shots, all that stuff. And then when it comes to the other stuff that people can kind of grab a hold of, like statistics, it was nothing. Like, that's what these European players are, because they're not playing 35 minutes a game and dominating. They're getting like, oh yeah, he averaged 22 minutes and he had 8 points and 4 rebounds. Everything is based on potential and upside, and you have no idea because it's European leagues. You don't know.
Yep.
Do you have the next Luka Doncic or do you have the next Darko Milicic? Pick your chitch.
Your chitch of choice. Any thoughts on this, Khang? I know you're an NBA guy, but how much time you spend preparing for the draft?
Yeah, I hope they trade the pick.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like a more ready-made player right now. I think they're wasting Cade Cunningham. I think there's people that have soured on Cade, but I stand with the group that is the Pistons have failed Cade Cunningham more than Cade Cunningham has failed the Pistons. I think Troy Weaver and the way he's built this roster has been just horrific. And so I would like to see Cade play with some players in this league, specifically at least one other all-star type player, and see where this team can really go. The 5th overall pick, you're going to draft a guy who's a project. I don't care if he's from the U.S., Europe, France, Australia. It is what it is. You don't know, Gator. But the league, if you have time, I mean, Wemby's a little different. He came in, he's been great since the start. Doncic was pretty good right from the beginning too, but like Jokic, other guys. I mean, European players or just players overseas, they're taking over the league. It's a different game. It is about hitting, what's your ceiling and how does it translate to the NBA. I don't have time to wait anymore. I know Trajan Langdon, that's not his fault, whenever he gets announced, but for me, the 5th overall pick, I'd like them to trade it.
So, do you have an NBA ready guy? Because I got 2 that are more NBA ready than Modest Bazelis.
I'm intrigued by the Brandon Ingram rumors. I don't know if the Pistons have enough to get it done because it's going to take some draft capital, and with the NBA rules, and I'm not even sure what picks the Pistons own at this point. Mm-hmm. But then there's a big contract extension. You probably have to sign Ingram too. He's a name that's been floated out there. I mean, I don't know, man. Paul George. I'm not saying Klay Thompson's probably done, but I'm just saying go out there and get a better roster built around Cade. I'd still like to build the nucleus, it being Cade, but go get some guys to help them.
The Pistons own pick 5 and pick 53. If they trade back in the first round, the NBA-ready player that I have watched and really like is Dalton Knecht from Tennessee, who I think is close. And this mock draft, they got Terrence Shannon from Illinois in the second round. And that's the other guy I feel like his game is NBA ready. He obviously had some off the field issues, off the court issues that you need to get to the bottom of. But he was cleared to play with the Illini. Where do they have him going? I know they got him going to the second round before the Pistons pick. Yeah, 35 to San Antonio. But I think the question that a lot of people's minds when it comes to these mock drafts, with the 52nd pick, the Golden State Warriors select Bronny James. Is that a coup to try and get LeBron in Golden State?
It feels like whoever drafts Bronny, that's the plan, right?
Yep.
Because no one believes Bronny's an actual NBA player, unfortunately. It's funny because don't the Lakers have the 55th pick?
I believe they do, yes.
So,
and he's rated he's rated as the 54th best player.
That's very convenient. By is that an ESPN ranking?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like that would be the play. Like I said, whoever drafts Bronny, everyone's going to say it's because of LeBron.
Yeah.
And then why not if you're the Pistons? We brought up here before. Get some players around Cade. Get anybody. Who's the other player? I mean, Devin Booker. They may sound crazy, right? I doubt Ishbia would do that because he just likes loading up on stars. I'd offer the world for Devin Booker. He's always repping Detroit gear. He's a guy I think that actually would embrace coming here if he was traded here. It's a pipe dream, but I would do anything to get a real star here.
Dream away, my friend. Dream away.
Instead of these guys. Do you hear the other nepotism that's going on in the draft right now?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know who Jay-Z Zahir is? Zahir?
No.
So his uncle, he's declaring that he's going to stay in the draft.
Yeah.
He averaged less than 1 point this past year. He averaged 0.7 points, 1 rebound, 0 assist a game. He's a sophomore for Bowling Green. His uncle is Tom Gores.
Really?
People are saying, why is this guy staying in the draft? He's 6 feet, 170 pounds.
They're not.
No, they wouldn't do that. You'd be no.
I'm just saying it's going around the internet right now. People are wondering why would this guy stay in the draft?
People would march with torches downtown.
They would not be happy.
Come on. You can't do that.
They would not be happy.
It's the NBA. You get 2 rounds of drafting. It's not.
I mean, I guess if you're
29 rounds.
If he's planning on signing as an undrafted free agent and has an assurance that he will be signed with Detroit, that's one thing. I guess you got to leave your name in the draft to do that, but they wouldn't use a draft pick on him.
Why would you go pro?
I don't know.